Hello and welcome to day 26 of the Halloween Craft Countdown, where I'm releasing a new Cricut craft every day for the whole of October. Today's project is a fun one for fashion, and that is vinyl decal Halloween nails. So we're going to measure our fingernails, find some little designs in Design Space to cut out, and then make our very own nail decals. This is a really fun way to add some flair to your Halloween costumes this year, so let's crack on and find out how to make them. The first thing I did was paint my nails. I did this a day in advance to make sure that the polish was really dry so that it's not going to smudge. I did a transparent base coat on the bottom of my nails because my polish is dark and I didn't want it to stain, and then I added my deep blue shimmer effect nail polish on top. Next, you need to measure your fingernails. As they're quite small, I find it easiest to measure in centimetres rather than inches, as you can be a little bit more accurate. As you measure each nail, write the measurements down on a piece of paper so that you can refer to them when you create the designs in Cricut Design Space. You want to make sure your measurement is the actual size of your nail that the decal can be. So don't go all the way from edge to edge because you don't want your decals to touch the very edges of your nail where it reaches your skin. You want it to kind of sit in the middle. So you can see I'm just measuring each of my nails to see how much space I have to play with when I create the nail decals. It's time to create our nail decal designs in Design Space. If you've measured your nails in centimetres, then you might want to change Design Space into centimetres to make it easier to size things. To do that, go into the three little lines in the top left and then go down to Settings and change the units from Imperial, which is inches, to Metric, which is centimetres, and then press Done. And now all of your measurements are in centimetres, which means that when you click on one of your images, you can size it in centimetres rather than inches. If you want to change back to inches in the future, click that three little lines in the top left again, go back to Settings, switch to Imperial, and press Done. So choosing your nail decals is a fairly easy process. All you need to do is click into Images, and then have a little look for what you want to put on. So if you type in Halloween, there are loads of different images to choose from, and you can just scroll through and have a look. Now, it's really important to remember that you're going to be cutting these really, really small. So the simpler the image, the better. So have a look through, and you want to choose ones that's all one colour, that's a kind of silhouette style image and doesn't have any writing, because there's no way your Cricut would be able to cut anything like that this small. So as simple the better, and ideally it won't have anything in the middle, but if you do choose ones in the middle, like I choose this pumpkin, then you'll just need to make sure that you use those for your larger nails and not your really small nails. So if I cancel out of here, you can see these are the designs that I ended up choosing. So for my little ghost, this did have a face on it, and I got rid of that. So if I just put these back on, I'll show you how it looked originally. So this is what the ghost looked like when I chose it, but I just know that my Cricut's going to really struggle cutting out that small, especially when that's going on my little fingernail. So that's going to be really, really tiny. So all I did was click into it, and then in the bottom press Contour, and then I clicked on all of the features to hide them, and then I just had the ghost, which I could resize so that it will fit on my little fingernail. Once you've got all of your designs, you need to duplicate them, so you've got one for each hand, or you could use different images for the other hand. An easy way to duplicate is to click and drag a box around all of them and then press Duplicate. And then that will give you an exact copy. If you want to, you could flip these so that on your other hand they'll be the other way around. And to do that, go into the flip box and press Flip Horizontal, and that will move them all the other way around. Now, when you go and click Make It, by default, Design Space will put them all really close together. So if I just zoom in a bit, you can see how close these are. This is going to make it really difficult to peel the backing off because all these pieces are so small. So what I'd recommend doing is just move them all a little bit apart from each other, and that will make your life a lot easier when coming to peel off the backing of the vinyl. So when you're getting rid of all of the excess. So move these apart and then follow the steps through to cut it out of vinyl. I used permanent vinyl, so adhesive vinyl. You don't want to use heat transfer vinyl because you don't want to be putting any heat on your nails because that would really, really hurt. So make sure you just use the sticky back vinyl, and because we're using that, it means we do not have to mirror our design. So just follow the steps through to cut it out from vinyl, and then I will show you how to apply your nail decals and how to make sure they're not going to come off. Here are my nail decals cut out from orange vinyl. You can see that there are a few little snags in the vinyl, but that's okay as it hasn't damaged the images, and it's to be expected really because your poor Cricut machine has had to work super hard to cut images out this small. Carefully peel off the excess vinyl, making sure you don't accidentally lift up any of your nail decals. This is very fiddly, and you might want to use a weeding tool or the edge of your fingernails to press the images down onto the backing sheet if they start to lift when you peel off the excess vinyl. If some of the decals get stuck in the excess vinyl, use your nails to gently press them out and then stick them back onto the backing sheet. Use your weeding tool or a pricking tool like I have to carefully remove any pieces from the middle of the images that need to come out, for example the faces in the middle of the pumpkins. Once all the designs are weeded, it's time to apply them to your fingernails. Carefully pick up one of the decals at the edge of your weeding tool and position it on your nail. Push down firmly to get it to stick really well, and make sure you get all the edges of the vinyl really stuck down so it won't come off. Be careful to keep the decals only on your nails. Don't stick it to the side of your fingers, otherwise it will peel off easily and we don't want that. So I'm just adding each decal to my fingernails. If you don't get it quite in the right position, you should be able to quickly peel it off and move it again, as long as your nail polish is really dry underneath. Once you've done the first hand, repeat the steps for the next one. When all the decals are stuck on, you need to add a layer of top coat nail polish to stop them from peeling off. I've used transparent top coat polish and I put 2 coats on to make sure the vinyl is really stuck. My nail decals lasted around 4 days before some of the edges started peeling, but then I added another top coat and they stayed on a few more days after that. So there you are, how to make vinyl nail decals with a Cricut machine. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more Cricut craft ideas. Thank you for watching.